Michael cries out with a thunder in his voice. Only you are blind to what happened last night. Something shifted while you were asleep, something divine, something dangerous, something you were never meant to ignore. Yet the world moved on as if nothing had happened. But Archangel Michael is shaking the heavens with a cry that refuses to be silenced. This is not an ordinary message. This is not a story you scroll past. This is a moment carved into your destiny. God Himself is saying, this is your final chance to know the hidden truth. Do you feel the urgency? Can you sense the trembling in the unseen world around you? Last night, heaven released a truth so powerful that the enemy trembled, yet humanity remained asleep. Michael's cry is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to wake you. Heaven never warns without a reason. When Michael speaks, the spiritual realm listens. And tonight, you are being invited to step into the mystery of what was hidden from the eyes of the blind. But here is the question: why were you blind to it? Why did you not see what unfolded? Was it because of distraction? Was it because the noise of the world drowned out the whisper of God? Last night was not like any other night. A secret was released. A shift. A revelation. If you remain blind to it, you risk missing the greatest call of your life. Michael's words echo again, only you are blind to what happened last night. Notice, he does not say everyone. He says you. That means this message is personal. Heaven is speaking directly to you. And why you? Because destiny is knocking at your door. Because your life, your choices, and your tomorrow hang on what you decide after hearing this warning. Michael does not come as a gentle whisperer. He comes as a warrior, blazing with heavenly fire, sword of light in his hand. His cry is urgent because time is short. The window of opportunity is closing. And once the hourglass empties, it will be too late. So he declares again, God says this is your final chance. Final. Not a second chance. Not another tomorrow. Final. Hidden truth is waiting to be revealed. A truth that explains why last night mattered. A truth that will open your eyes to see what heaven already sees. The choice is yours: open your heart, or remain blind. This is only the beginning. Michael's cry is just the first note of a greater revelation that is about to unfold. And ahead lies the mystery of spiritual blindness, and why heaven warns those who do not see. Blindness is not always about the eyes. It is about the heart. It is about the soul that refuses to see what heaven is showing. When Michael cries out, only you are blind to what happened last night, he is not speaking of physical sight. He is speaking of spiritual blindness, the condition of those who live surrounded by signs, yet never recognize them. Think about it. The world is filled with signs of God's presence. Every sunrise is a reminder of His mercy. Every breath is a gift of His Spirit. Every challenge carries a hidden message. And yet, most people move through life unaware, blind to the divine hand shaping their path. This blindness is not new. It is written into history. In ancient days, prophets cried out with warnings from God, but people turned away. They heard the message, but their hearts were hard. They saw miracles, but their eyes were clouded by disbelief. They were alive in the body, yet blind in the soul. And so it is today. Last night, heaven moved. Angels descended. A revelation unfolded in the unseen realm. And while darkness trembled, humanity slept. Most did not notice. Most did not care. Most remained blind. Blindness is dangerous because it creates false comfort. You believe you are safe, but danger is at the door. You believe you are awake, but your spirit is asleep. You believe you are free, but invisible chains hold you captive. This is why God sends Michael. Because blindness cannot be broken by human effort alone. It takes a voice from heaven. It takes a cry that shakes the soul. It takes a divine interruption that forces you to stop, to look, to finally see. And here is the truth: blindness is often chosen. People choose distraction instead of discernment. They choose noise instead of silence. They choose the temporary instead of the eternal. And slowly, their eyes grow dim, until even the clearest signs of heaven appear invisible. But you were not meant to stay blind. That is why this message reached you. That is why Michael's voice thundered in your direction. Because heaven refuses to let you remain asleep when destiny is waiting. Consider this: when you are blind, you depend on others to lead you. And what happens if those leading you are blind as well? Did not Jesus himself warn, "If the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the pit"? This is the condition of humanity today. Blind leaders guiding blind followers, and together they walk toward destruction, unaware of the cliff at their feet. But heaven interrupts. Michael's cry breaks through the fog. He declares, "Open your eyes. Do not walk any further in darkness. Do not follow the blind into ruin. See what God is revealing before it is too late." Spiritual blindness is not weakness, it is danger. Because when you cannot see, you are vulnerable. The enemy attacks unseen. The traps are laid unnoticed. The opportunities of heaven pass by without recognition. And yet, the moment sight is restored, everything changes. You see the enemy for what he is. You see the trap before you step into it. You see the door of heaven opening, and you step through. This is why heaven is urgent. This is why Michael's cry shakes you tonight. Because God is saying, the time for blindness is over. Last night, something happened in the spiritual realm. A shift took place that demands your attention. But if you remain blind, you will miss it. And missing it means missing your calling, your protection, your blessing. Think carefully: how many times has God tried to reach you before? How many whispers were ignored? How many moments were dismissed? How many nights like last night have passed, and you did not see? This is why the word "final" carries weight. This is not just another message. This is not another reminder. This is heaven's last attempt to open your eyes before it is too late. And so the question stands: will you see? Will you let your blindness fall away? Will you allow Michael's cry to awaken what has been asleep inside of you? The world may remain blind. The crowds may stay asleep. But you have been chosen to hear this. Because God does not waste his warnings. He directs them with precision. And if Michael has cried out to you, it is because heaven believes you are ready to see what others cannot. And once your eyes are opened, the hidden truth will no longer be hidden. The veil will lift. The mystery of last night will begin to unfold. But first, you must face the reality of what blindness has already cost: final chance. The words echo like thunder across eternity. When God says "final," it is not a suggestion. It is not a gentle reminder. It is a decree. A line drawn in the sand. A moment that divides what was from what will never be again. Think about it. We live our lives believing we always have tomorrow. Another day to decide. Another hour to change. Another season to awaken. But heaven is declaring, there will not always be another tomorrow. There comes a point when the door of mercy begins to close. When the invitation is no longer extended. When the patience of God reaches its end. And Michael cries out to make it clear, this is your final chance. Not everyone receives such a warning. Some people pass through life blind, without ever being told. But you have been singled out. Heaven is speaking directly into your life, making sure you cannot miss it. Why? Because something greater is at stake. The final chance is not about small decisions. It is not about temporary choices. It is about eternal direction. It is about where your soul will stand when time itself collapses. Heaven has seen the path you are walking. Heaven knows the distractions pulling you away. Heaven knows the unseen battles that rage around you. And so, before the door shuts completely, God speaks one more time. A last call. A final warning. The urgency is not meant to terrify, it is meant to awaken. It is meant to shake the blindness from your eyes so that you realize the weight of this moment. Final chance means no more delay. It means if you wait, you miss it. It means the opportunity that was available yesterday may not be here tomorrow. This is why Michael's cry is filled with fire. Because heaven knows how easy it is to dismiss a warning. To say, later. To say, not yet. To say, it'll change tomorrow. But heaven is declaring, tomorrow is not promised. You cannot gamble with eternity. You cannot trade destiny for distraction. When God says final chance, it means the window is closing. The sands in the hourglass are almost gone. The moment is slipping through your hands even as you hear this message. And here is the mystery, final chance is not spoken to everyone at the same time. For some, the warning came long ago. For others, it may come years from now. But for you, it is tonight. This is why you are listening. This is why these words are reaching you. Because your moment is here. Your destiny has been summoned. Heaven is knocking on your door one last time. And what you do with this moment will not only shape your life, it will echo into eternity. Michael cries again, open your eyes, open your heart, open immediately before it is too late. Because once the final chance passes, there is no turning back, hidden truth. Two words that carry both fear and wonder. Truth that has been covered. Truth that has been veiled. Truth that was moving in the unseen while the world slept unaware. Michael's cry is not only to warn, it is to reveal. To pull back the curtain. To open what was closed. To show what heaven has already declared but humanity has ignored. So what is this hidden truth? It is this: last night, a shift happened in the spiritual realm. You did not see it. You may not have felt it. But heaven and hell both witnessed it. A decree was spoken. A line was drawn. A battle was fought. And while you dreamed, destinies were being rearranged. Chains were being broken for some, while doors were being shut for others. The hidden truth is that nothing in your life happens by accident. Every delay, every trial, every open door, every closed door, carries the fingerprints of the unseen. And last night, those fingerprints pressed harder than ever before. Heaven released a warning because the enemy had set a plan against you. Yes, you. While you slept, traps were being set. Temptations were being prepared. Distractions were being aligned perfectly to pull you away from your destiny. But God stepped in. Michael was dispatched. His sword of light cut through the darkness. And in that battle, something was decided. The hidden truth is this: your life is not ordinary. You are not just another soul wandering on earth. Heaven has marked you. Destiny has chosen you. And last night was proof. The enemy does not waste his efforts on the unimportant. He attacks those who carry weight. He blinds those who carry vision. He distracts those who carry calling. This is why Michael cried out. To let you know, you are part of a story greater than you realize. The hidden truth is not simply about last night. It is about every moment leading up to this one. Every close call you survived. Every silent protection you never noticed. Every unanswered prayer that was secretly answered in a better way. All of it was heaven shaping your path. And yet, blindness kept you from seeing it. The hidden truth is this: God has been speaking, but you have not been listening. He has been guiding, but you have been distracted. He has been warning, but you have ignored the signs. Last night was not the first time heaven intervened. But it may very well be the last. This is why the message carries urgency. Because once truth is revealed, you can no longer claim ignorance. Once your eyes are opened, you are responsible for what you see. And heaven is asking, what will you do with the truth? Will you deny it? Will you dismiss it? Will you return to blindness? Or will you allow it to change you forever? Michael's cry has one purpose: to reveal the truth that has been hidden. The truth that your life is more than routine. The truth that last night was a turning point. The truth that your final chance is now. And the veil is lifting. The hidden truth is no longer hidden. It is standing before you, waiting for you to accept it. And once you see it, nothing will ever look the same again. Michael's cry is not just a sound in the night. It is a trumpet, shaking the walls of your heart. He says, you are blind to what was revealed last night. The heavens opened. Signs were released. But you looked away. God whispers, this is your final chance. Do not ignore the truth. Something shifted in the unseen realm. The atmosphere carried messages. Dreams carried warnings. But few listened. And now, you are standing at the edge. The moment between revelation and regret. Do not step back into silence. Step into awareness. The hidden truth is waiting. And it will not wait forever. Something happened last night. And yet, you may not have noticed it. You may have gone to sleep thinking it was just another ordinary night. But Archangel Michael cries out. Only you are blind to what truly happened. Heaven does not speak without reason. When the spiritual realm breaks its silence, it means something urgent has shifted. Think carefully. Did you feel a sudden heaviness in your chest? Did you wake up in the middle of the night without understanding why? Or perhaps, did your dreams feel strangely real? As though someone was trying to show you something? These were not coincidences. They were signs. Messages from the unseen world, pressing against the veil, trying to reach you. The truth is this. While you rested, a great battle was fought in the spiritual realm. Angels stood guard, and Michael himself defended you from forces that wanted to steal your peace. This is why you are hearing this message now. It is not random. It is not an accident. It is divine timing. God is saying, this is your final chance to see what has been hidden. The hidden truth is not outside of you, it is around you, waiting for you to acknowledge it. Your spirit already felt it. Your intuition already whispered it. But your eyes did not yet recognize it. Now you are being awakened. You are being called to pay attention. Because what happened last night was not the end, it was only the beginning. Michael's voice grows more urgent, more commanding. He cries out once again. Why do you not see what heaven has already revealed? Why do you walk as though blind, when the truth was placed before your very eyes last night? The angels tremble at his words. The heavens shift as though the entire universe leans closer to listen. God has spoken. The decree has gone forth. And yet, many souls still wander as if deaf to the trumpet sound. You felt something last night. Do not deny it. A strange stirring in your spirit. A dream that shook you awake. A whisper that lingered in your heart, though your mind could not explain it. It was not coincidence. It was not imagination. It was the divine hand knocking upon the door of your soul. Heaven cries out, this is your final chance. The truth has been unveiled, but only those with open eyes will see. Think carefully. Did you notice the sudden silence in the night, when even the crickets ceased their song? Did you feel the heaviness in the air, as though unseen eyes were watching? Did your heart suddenly beat faster, though nothing around you had changed? These were not accidents. These were signals from heaven. And yet, how many ignored them? How many shrugged and said, it is nothing? Michael speaks with authority. The truth was declared, but only a few received it. The rest chose blindness. They did not wish to see. They covered their ears so the trumpet would not disturb their slumber. But God says, the time for slumber is over. The time for decision is now. You cannot delay any longer. The hourglass has been turned, and the sand runs swiftly to its end. Do you realize the danger of ignoring what heaven is shouting? Imagine a traveler walking near the edge of a cliff at night. The ground shakes, and the rocks crumble beneath his feet. A voice cries out, step back. Danger is here. But the traveler laughs, saying, it is only the wind. He takes one more careless step. And the earth beneath him collapses. So it is with those who dismiss the signs of God. But you are not hearing this by accident. This message has pursued you, found you, and now it demands your response. The hidden truth you seek has already been revealed. But if you turn away now, the door will close, and the chance will be lost. Michael declares, do not be like those who mocked Noah, until the rain began to fall. Do not be like those who ignored the prophets, until the city walls were consumed by fire. Do not be like those who laughed at the sun, until the darkness covered the earth. Look at the world around you. Can you not see the signs unfolding daily? Chaos in the nations. Shadows rising in the marketplaces. Hearts growing cold, love fading, and truth traded for lies. These are not random events. They are the fulfillment of what heaven already declared. Yet most remain blind. But God has chosen you to hear. Yes, you. Not tomorrow. Not another time. Now. The hidden truth is this. You are standing at the threshold of destiny. One step forward brings you into the light of God's mercy. One step back, and you slip into the shadow that waits to devour those who hesitate. This is why Michael cries out with urgency. Because heaven knows. Time is shorter than you believe. Even last night, as you slept, the war in the heavens raged. Michael and his angels stood guard, driving back forces that longed to steal your soul. Had you been given sight for just one moment, you would have seen swords flashing, fire burning, and the legions of darkness recoiling in defeat. But you You felt only the stirring in your heart. That was heaven's way of saying, wake up. Something eternal is happening around you. And yet, how many still walk away? How many shrug off the warning and bury themselves in the noise of the world? Do not be counted among them. For Michael warns. The trumpet has sounded once. It will not sound forever. This is the final chance for many who hear these words. If you close your eyes now, you may never open them to the truth again. Think of it like a great storm. When the sky darkens and the wind roars, only the foolish refuse to take shelter. The wise prepare, the wise run to safety, the wise know the danger cannot be ignored. The storm is here. It is no longer far away. And heaven calls you into its shelter before the lightning strikes. Beloved soul, do not mistake God's patience for absence. He has delayed judgment because of His mercy, not because He has forgotten. But now the delay is ending. The final chapter is unfolding. The signs of last night were proof. Heaven has declared your name, and you have been summoned. The question is, will you answer? Michael's voice thunders with love and fire. Step into the light. Do not delay. Do not cling to the shadows. The truth is before you, but it requires courage to accept it. The blind remain blind because they refuse to see. But those who open their eyes will live. Even now, your spirit feels the weight of these words. Something inside you knows this is not just another message. It is not ordinary. It is eternal. Do not silence that stirring. It is the whisper of the Holy One calling you by name. God is giving you a final chance. Not because He enjoys warnings, but because He longs to save you from what is coming. This is your moment. Last night was your sign. Today is your decision. Heaven will not plead forever. Soon, the voice will fall silent. And what remains will be the consequence of your choice. Michael concludes with a cry that shakes the soul. Choose the truth. Choose the light. Do not let this chance slip away. Archangel Michael's voice echoes across the unseen realms. My child, do you realize how easily the truth of heaven can be hidden in plain sight? The world you walk in is layered with illusions, distractions, and shadows designed to keep your soul from awakening. Last night, the signs were given to you. Last night, the veil was lifted for a brief moment. But only those who are willing to see with their spirit, not just their eyes, could recognize what truly happened. Take a breath and let these words sink into your heart. For centuries, prophets, mystics, and seers have spoken of this same moment. They called it the hour of unveiling. The time when God reveals what has been concealed. And yet, most of humanity walks by, unaware. But you are different. You would not be here, listening now, unless heaven had specifically chosen you to hear this message. Archangel Michael continues. The world pretends to be awake, but in truth, it is asleep. It dreams of power, wealth, and endless desire, while ignoring the cries of the soul. What happened last night was not ordinary, it was a signal, a trumpet blast, a divine alarm. And heaven is watching to see who will pay attention. Can you feel it? That stirring in your spirit? It is not imagination. It is not coincidence. It is the Spirit of God trying to break through the noise that surrounds your daily life. Remember the final words of Christ in the book of Revelation, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says." What happened last night was not just for the world, it was for you, personally. Michael says, God placed a sign directly on your path. Perhaps it came through a dream that shook your soul. Perhaps you saw unusual numbers repeating before your eyes, 111, 333, 777. Perhaps it was a sudden chill, a strange silence, or even a deep sadness that touched your heart for no reason at all. These are not random. These are heaven's ways of whispering to your soul. Do not brush it aside. When heaven knocks, and you ignore it, the knocking does not last forever. The door of grace remains open only for a time. And Michael's warning grows heavier. Too many have hardened their hearts. Too many say, I will listen later. I will pray tomorrow. I will change someday. But the truth is, someday never comes. That is why I say to you now. This is your final chance to open your eyes. Let that sentence echo inside you, your final chance. Not because God wants to condemn you, but because time itself is running short. The signs in the sky, the shifting of nations, the increase of chaos in the earth, all these are converging into one undeniable truth: the appointed hour is close. But here is the good news: God has not abandoned you. If you are hearing this message right now, then heaven still counts you among the chosen. That means your destiny has not been lost. That means your soul still has a role to play in the grand story of eternity. And perhaps you have been asking yourself silently, why me? Why would God send Michael to speak to me of all people? Listen carefully. Because you are marked, yes, even before you were born, God placed a seal on your soul. The trials you faced, the nights you cried alone, the battles you fought in silence, they were not random accidents. They were shaping you, preparing you, carving you into someone heaven could trust with greater responsibility. Michael says, others may doubt you. Others may overlook you. But God sees what others cannot. He sees the fire He placed within you. And that is why the truth had to reach you now. Because the hour is urgent. Let your heart tremble, but do not let it fear. For this revelation is not given to destroy you, but to awaken you. Think about it. How many times in your life did you sense something beyond the ordinary? Times when you felt protected in impossible situations. Times when you should have been crushed, yet somehow you rose again. Times when you felt unseen hands guiding you toward safety. Those were not coincidences. Those were angelic interventions. And last night, the same power moved again. You may not have recognized it at first, but heaven will not allow you to miss it this time. That is why Michael cries out to you today. Wake up, beloved soul. What you saw, or what you ignored, last night was a warning. A sacred trumpet sounding in your life. If you keep ignoring it, the blessings meant for you may pass to another. But if you respond now, your destiny will open in ways beyond imagination. Imagine a door made of light, standing before you right now. On the other side lies peace, clarity, abundance, healing, restoration of what was lost. But the door is not unlocked forever. And here is the mystery: heaven will never force you to walk through. The choice remains yours. Michael says, you are closer to the breakthrough than you realize. The hidden truth is already at your doorstep. But it requires faith. It requires courage. And above all, it requires obedience to the whisper of God in your spirit. This is why the angels have circled you even in your weakest moments. This is why you have been kept alive through storms that should have destroyed you. Because this moment, this very message, is part of your destiny. You may think you are ordinary. You may think you are unworthy. But heaven sees differently. The truth is, you were chosen. The question now is, will you open your eyes fully, or will you let this final chance slip away? The decision must be made today. The night was not ordinary. It was a sacred night where realms of heaven opened above the earth. What many ignored, heaven recorded. What many denied, angels witnessed. And Archangel Michael now brings it before you. He says, your heart felt something unusual last night. Maybe you woke up without reason. Maybe a sudden silence wrapped around your soul. Or perhaps your dreams carried whispers that you could not fully understand. Do not dismiss it. It was the divine trying to reach you. God often speaks in ways hidden from the noise of the world. Through signs. Through sudden thoughts. Through visions at the edge of sleep. And last night, something was spoken over your destiny. Archangel Michael cries out with urgency. Only you are blind if you ignore it. For heaven declared a turning point in your journey. This is not random. It is a final warning. And also a final invitation. Think carefully. How many times have you felt the stirring within? How many times has life placed the same message before your eyes? But you walked away? Heaven does not repeat itself endlessly. There comes a moment when the trumpet sounds and the door closes. Michael says, you are standing before that door right now. Behind it lies the hidden truth that could change everything. But if you hesitate, the opportunity may vanish. Last night's event was no coincidence. It was marked in divine timing. God's calendar declared that your soul had reached its appointed hour. You see, heaven measures not in hours and days, but in appointed moments. Moments where the unseen converges with the seen. Moments where destiny demands an answer. And you were called into such a moment. Michael warns, if you continue in blindness, you will miss what was revealed. You will walk forward, but empty-handed. Yet if you choose to open your spirit, to listen and receive, you will see why this night was unlike any other. The hidden truth is this. God is aligning events in your life that you cannot yet see. The struggle you felt yesterday was not just struggle. The silence was not just silence. The sudden heaviness was not just heaviness. It was preparation. Heaven has been moving behind the curtain. And last night, the curtain shifted. For one moment, the unseen touched the edge of the seen. Did you notice it? A strange dream. An unexplained thought. A sudden chill. A stirring in your chest, those were not accidents. They were heaven knocking. Michael speaks firmly. This is your final chance to respond. The truth is before you. But it requires your yes. This truth is not just information. It is a doorway. If you open it, you step into protection, clarity, and destiny. If you ignore it, the season passes you by. You may think, why now? Because heaven knows timing better than you. God saw what will unfold in the coming days. He saw the traps being set. He saw the breakthrough waiting. And He chose this exact night to open the truth before you. It is mercy. It is urgency. It is destiny. The voice of Michael is clear. Only you are blind if you keep living as though nothing happened. Last night was heaven's trumpet. Do not silence it in your soul. What truth must you face? That God has been calling you again and again. That delays in your life are not accidents but signals. That the battles you face are not ordinary but spiritual. Heaven wants you to know. There are unseen forces fighting over your destiny. But God has sent Michael to declare victory if you will open your heart. Think of it this way. Imagine walking in darkness with a lantern beside you. But you refuse to light it. You stumble, you fear, you grow weary. Yet the light was always near. Last night, heaven placed the lantern in your hands once again. Michael shouts, "Light it now. Do not wait for another night. For the enemy hopes you stay blind. Blind to the warnings. Blind to the guidance. Blind to the truth that you are not alone." But Michael tears through the silence. This blindness must end. You were never meant to walk without sight. You were meant to walk with revelation. The hidden truth is that heaven is closer than you think. The breakthrough is nearer than you believe. Michael speaks again with a voice that shakes the silence. He says, "Last night the heavens recorded something about you that cannot be erased. And though you may not see it yet, the signs are everywhere. The dream you had, the sudden pull in your spirit, the restlessness that kept you awake, none of it was random. God says, your life is being aligned in ways you cannot yet comprehend. You were not left behind, you were being prepared." And Michael declares, this preparation is for something greater than you ever imagined. Do not dismiss the whispers that visit your mind when no one else is around. Do not push away the gentle nudges you feel when you're about to make a choice. These are not coincidences, these are divine fingerprints left upon your soul. Heaven is closer than you think. Michael reminds you, the enemy wanted you blind, but God opened your eyes. The enemy wanted you broken, but God preserved you in silence. And now the time has come for your awakening. The truth you avoided will now stand before you. The doors you thought were closed will begin to tremble and open. And Michael says, if you take this chance, everything can change in a single day. But if you turn away, the silence will return, and the opportunity may never rise again. This is the hour of decision. This is the moment when heaven leans closer to your story. And Michael cries, choose light, choose truth, choose the path that God has prepared. For last night was not an accident, it was the final call for your destiny. Michael's voice grows heavier. Like the sound of a storm before it breaks. He says, many of you pray, but your prayers are like whispers that vanish into the air. Why? Because your heart is not fully present. You ask with your lips. But your soul is distracted. Your mind is filled with fear, doubt, and worry. And heaven cannot answer a prayer that is half empty. This is a moment to reflect. Think of the times you repeated words in prayer. But your spirit was somewhere else. Think of the times you asked for help. But deep inside, you didn't believe the help would come. Michael warns. When faith is divided, miracles cannot enter. But when faith is pure, even mountains move before you. He reminds us of ancient truth. The universe responds not to the noise of your voice, but to the fire in your heart. Every angel listens not to what you say, but to what you truly believe. So Michael says, tonight, heaven opens a rare window of grace. If you pray with full belief, with every breath, with every beat of your heart, you will unlock a hidden truth that has been waiting for you. Heaven measures your prayer not in length, but in sincerity. One pure word can shift your destiny more than 1,000 empty phrases. And this is why God has sent Michael. To awaken your faith once again. But listen carefully. Michael says, do not waste this chance. Do not let your doubts chain you down. For the enemy of your soul wants you distracted, wants you divided, wants you weak in faith. But I am here to break those chains. I am here to call your soul back into power. Imagine for a moment your prayers rising as fire, burning through every barrier, carrying your voice directly into the throne of God. That is what Michael is teaching you tonight. He asks you, what is the one thing your soul needs most right now? Is it healing? Is it guidance? Is it freedom from pain? Speak it with full faith. Speak it with the knowing that God hears you. And then, Michael reveals the hidden truth. There are blessings already written in your name. There are doors already waiting to open. But they do not open until you align your heart with heaven's rhythm. This is your final chance. Heaven is holding the key. But you must reach out with faith to take it. Michael ends this part of the message with a solemn warning. Those who ignore this call will remain blind. They will wander in circles, never seeing the miracle prepared for them. But those who open their hearts tonight, they will see the truth unfold before their eyes. There is a hidden truth that many souls overlook. A truth that Archangel Michael wishes for you to remember today. Every trial, every setback, every delay you have experienced, was never meant to destroy you. It was shaping you. It was carving out a deeper strength inside of you. A strength that could not be built without pressure. Michael says, think of gold. It is placed in fire, not to destroy it, but to refine it. And you, beloved soul, are that gold. The fire you have faced was not punishment. It was preparation. For soon, your breakthrough will not only arrive. It will arrive with a magnitude so great, that even you will pause in awe. You will look back and realize. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of uncertainty was leading you to this divine moment of arrival. But here lies the mystery. The timing of heaven is not like the timing of the earth. You may have thought things were delayed. You may have felt forgotten. But Michael assures you, not one of your prayers has been lost. Each one has been stored in the vaults of heaven, waiting for the exact appointed time. That time is coming. And when it does, the floodgates will open. Opportunities will align. Resources will flow. And your spirit will feel lighter, as if invisible chains have been cut loose. Michael is showing an image. The image of heavy doors unlocking. One after another. Each door represents a chapter of your destiny. And now, those doors are beginning to swing open. But hear this carefully. You must walk through them with faith, not fear. You must trust that even if you cannot see the full path, heaven already has. The road ahead is already prepared. All that is asked of you is to take the step. This is the divine alignment. This is the shift you have been sensing. This is the whisper you have been feeling in your heart. That something greater is near. Archangel Michael says, do not shrink back now. Do not let the weight of past disappointments make you doubt the future. You are stronger than the shadows that once tried to silence you. You are ready. And heaven is ready for you. So, beloved soul, lift your head. Straighten your shoulders. And prepare your spirit. For the next season of your life will not resemble the last. It will be filled with newness, blessings, and divine surprises. And when it comes, you will know that every battle was worth it. There are moments in life when you feel as though you are walking in complete darkness. The path ahead seems uncertain. You may ask yourself if you are truly protected. You may wonder if heaven still hears your prayers. Archangel Michael steps forward to remind you, you are never left alone. Your every breath, your every tear, your every hope is known in the higher realms. Even in silence, your angels are working tirelessly for your good. Michael shows me an image of a shield glowing with divine light. This shield surrounds you in ways you cannot see. It blocks unseen attacks. It deflects negative intentions sent your way. It creates a safe space for your spirit to heal and rise again. Think of the moments when you nearly gave up. When the weight felt too heavy. When fear tried to consume you. And yet, you made it through. Those were not accidents. Those were signs that Archangel Michael was holding you firmly, guiding you out of danger. He whispers, even in your weakest hour, you carried a strength greater than you realized. That strength was me flowing through you. If you have been feeling drained, pay attention. Michael is asking you to release what no longer serves you. Release the guilt. Release the anger. Release the heavy memories of the past. Every time you hold on to fear or resentment, it weighs down your wings. But the moment you let go, your spirit begins to fly again. This is why you have been seeing repeated signs. The numbers. The dreams. The sudden sense of calm during chaos. These are messages from heaven, little reminders that you are being led step by step. Now Michael speaks with urgency. You are on the edge of a powerful breakthrough. The trials you faced were not to destroy you, but to prepare you. Your faith has been tested, but now your blessings are aligning. Feel this truth in your heart. You are not abandoned. You are rising. You are chosen. Michael's energy grows stronger now, wrapping around you like a cloak of golden fire. It is warm. It is safe. It is unshakable. Breathe it in. You are standing inside divine protection. And nothing formed against you shall prosper. If you are hearing this message, it means Archangel Michael is guiding you into a season where miracles will flow unexpectedly. Stay awake to the signs. Stay faithful to the journey. Because what you prayed for is closer than you can imagine. There are moments when heaven does not speak loudly, yet the silence itself becomes the most powerful confirmation. Pause and reflect. Have you ever noticed how, just when you were about to give up, a sudden calm entered your heart? It felt as if unseen hands were gently holding your spirit, telling you that everything will be all right. This is no accident. Archangel Michael allows silence to act as a divine language, a language beyond words. In that silence, the truth of your journey is sealed. When your prayers rise, you may expect thunder, visions, or clear voices. But heaven often replies with stillness. That stillness is not rejection, it is assurance. It whispers, "Do not fear, your path is guarded." Archangel Michael stands beside you in such moments, sword lowered, wings folded, watching over you with quiet authority. Even when you hear nothing, he is actively shielding you, redirecting unseen dangers, and preparing divine timing. Remember, silence from the divine does not mean absence. It means heaven has already spoken, and now you are called to trust. The test of faith is not in hearing, but in holding on when you do not hear. If you are in such a season right now, where answers seem delayed and guidance feels hidden, know this. The silence itself is your confirmation. You are already on the appointed path. You have already been chosen for protection, elevation, and breakthrough. So breathe deeply, and let the silence speak. Because in that silence, Archangel Michael is standing closer than you realize. Pause here. Feel the weight of this truth settle in your soul. The confirmation you longed for is already here. Have you noticed the number 777 appearing again and again in your life? This is not coincidence. It is a sacred code, a whisper from the heavens, and Archangel Michael wants you to pay attention. 777 carries the vibration of divine completion. It means that what you have been building, what you have been praying for, what you have been enduring in silence, is now reaching its perfect alignment. Archangel Michael stands before you with a scroll of light in his hands. On it are written the victories of your soul, the battles you fought and overcame, the tears you shed that watered the seeds of your destiny. Every detail has been recorded, and heaven declares it is complete. When 777 enters your awareness, you are being told, rest in trust. The divine plan is unfolding exactly as it should. You may feel impatient. You may wonder, when will it finally manifest? But Archangel Michael reminds you, the fruit ripens not by force, but by perfect timing. He shows you an image of a golden crown being placed on your head. This is a symbol of spiritual reward. It means your endurance, your faith, and your willingness to walk through fire have brought you to this moment. You are ready for recognition, both in heaven and on earth. 777 is also a call to look within. Have you truly embraced your divine identity? Have you fully stepped into the knowing that you are not ordinary, but extraordinary? Archangel Michael says, your soul was never created for mediocrity. You carry a divine mission, and heaven is completing the final arrangements for its unveiling. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast ocean. Waves crash against the shore, and in the distance, the horizon glows with radiant light. This is the energy of 777. It tells you the long journey is ending, and a new chapter is opening. One filled with clarity, abundance, and divine favor. Archangel Michael places his sword into the earth before you. The sound echoes like thunder. He declares, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The cycle of trial has ended. The cycle of triumph begins. Let these words sink deeply into your heart. For the frequency of 777 is not just about completion. It is about entering divine perfection. The perfect place. The perfect time. The perfect alignment. Now, breathe deeply. Feel the peace of this message wash over you. Your spirit knows the truth. That heaven's timing is always flawless, and your blessings cannot miss you. You have come a long way on this sacred journey. Each word, each pause, each sign has been unfolding a divine truth for you. Now Archangel Michael draws your attention to the power of alignment. Alignment is not just about your actions. It is about your inner state, your thoughts, your emotions, and your spiritual vibration. When you are aligned with heaven, doors open effortlessly. When you are aligned with fear, everything feels heavy, delayed, and blocked. Pause for a moment. Reflect on your recent days. Have you been walking in trust, or in doubt? Have your words spoken faith, or uncertainty? Archangel Michael whispers that your destiny is already prepared. Your blessings are already released. Your miracle is already written. But your alignment will decide how quickly it reaches you. Think of it like a divine river flowing toward you. If your hands are open in trust, you will catch it. If your hands are closed in fear, it passes by unnoticed. This is why Michael reminds you daily to protect your thoughts. Protect your words. Protect your heart. Because alignment is not something you do once. It is something you choose every single moment. Right now, heaven is aligning things in your favor. People you have never met are being stirred to help you. Opportunities are shifting into place. Even delays that seemed frustrating are being turned into divine timing. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be in order for the next blessing to arrive. Take this message as a personal call to add just your inner state. Release the heavy burdens. Lay down the fear. And step into the river of trust. For in this alignment, your miracle will not just come. It will overflow. And when it overflows, it will bless not only you but everyone connected to you. This is the power of walking in harmony with heaven. This is the power of true alignment. The journey of your soul is not random. Every event, every delay, every blessing, and even every challenge has been carefully woven into your path by the divine. Archangel Michael wants you to know. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are protected. The moments when you felt weak were the very moments heaven was carrying you. The times when you cried alone, your angels were closer than your breath, gathering your tears as prayers before God. Today, as this message comes to a close, Archangel Michael is placing his shield of light upon you. Walk with courage. Walk with faith. Because miracles are already on their way to you. And if this divine message touched your heart, and you feel guided to support the continuation of these words of light, you can express your love with a super thanks. It is more than support. It becomes a seed of gratitude that heaven always multiplies back into your life. Archangel Michael blesses you now. May peace be with you. May your path shine brighter each day. And may you always feel the loving protection of heaven, surrounding you, guiding you, and uplifting you.